Good morning, YouTube viewers and subscribers. On the table today, I've got my Argentinian-made Snorer 55 engine here, and some other items. Those of you that don't recall these videos, I made a series of 4 videos on this engine. I think it was back in September of this year. You may want to either just do a search on my channel and go back and look those up. I'm not going to redo the entire history of this engine here. But you can go look those up, or maybe I can provide a link at the end of the video. So I was just kind of digging through my boxes of engines today, and was looking for something a little bit different to revisit. And I came upon this engine. Now, I was always impressed with the external appearance of this engine, because you ever throw color on an engine and it gets my eye, and I kind of like that kind of thing. So this was an engine that looked like it should have been a much better performer than it was, but it really fell short. Now, there were a couple of issues. The carb on it, the high-speed needle was extremely difficult, extremely tight to turn, and that caused me to actually get my knuckle in the prop during one video and cut the end of my knuckle off, so I kind of got soured on that. But the other thing was that this engine, although it seemed to be very easy to start and that type of thing, it just never really achieved the RPM figures of like 13,000 RPM that the manual says it's supposed to for the stated prop, which I think was an 11.7. And I ran it also with a 12.6, but I would probably repeat this with an 11.7 because that's what the manual says. With that said, there were a couple things that might have been the issue. Maybe it's a design problem and it's just really an inferior engine, but I didn't want to give up on this. So I did find a different carb that I can use. Now, this carb is an older OS 4A carb, which dates back to, I think, the late 70s or so on the H-Max 40 engine. It's a perfect fit. It fits on there, so I'm considering swapping the carbs out. The only thing is that the venturi, or the barrel opening, is considerably different. So I'm not really sure if it was the carb that was causing the issues with the peak performance of this, or if it was this exhaust. Now, this exhaust looks, fairly interesting. It has a screw here, and I know I never did open this exhaust up to see if it's real restrictive or not, which is kind of one of the reasons why I have this. This is an exhaust I just purchased from a good friend, fellow modeler just down south of me, Jim. This is I don't know the brand of this engine, nor did he in his ad, but I actually had one of these exhausts on an airplane back in the early 90s, and I bought it then just because it was cool looking, and guess what? I bought another one because it was available and because I thought it was cool looking. So this is an extremely non-restrictive exhaust. In fact, there's no baffles in this thing at all. So this is going to allow this engine to breathe quite well. The other two things I got here are some different glow plugs, both of which are, I think I used this type of Fox idle bar plug one of the times before on one of my runs, and then I just came up with this other one. They both glow very well and should perform adequately. But what I want to do is I want to take a little bit closer look inside this exhaust and see, maybe this is where our issue lied. I don't know. But anytime I see a fastener, I figure, well, the thing will come apart, so let's take it apart. Okay, so here we go. Carb is apart. Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. So it's multiple pieces here. So we've got the exhaust from the engine coming in here, going into this chamber, and then it's forced to go through this little opening here on this inner piece and be forced out. So this is where our restriction would be, because this end here is just where that screw thread's in. So this is where our restriction would be. All that exhaust gas and pressure all has to be forced into this slit and out the exhaust. So therein could lie one of the reasons why this engine didn't really rev up like it should. So the question I'm faced with now is, do I go for this or this different carb, or go for both? So I'm probably going to make this video and one more run video, depending on how that run video goes, maybe another one. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swing for the park, and I'm going to do both. I'm going to install this new carb and this less restrictive exhaust, one of these two glow plugs, and we'll see if we can get any higher RPM out of this engine with the same prop that I did on the last run. I'll have to go look that up. I can't recall if that was 11.7 or what it was. But I'm pretty sure I just kind of watched that video real quick. I'm pretty sure that all I saw was like 9250 RPM out of this engine, and it was tweaked out. So I think we're going to at least see if we can't get to 10,500 or a little bit more. And if neither one of these two changes impacts this engine, then maybe I'll go back to the original carb, or maybe I'll just say, okay, this engine's a piece of crap and it doesn't meet its stated specs for peak RPM. But that's what we're going to try here. Today I will try and get this on the stand, but right now it's raining outside, so not a very conducive day to doing an engine run, but we'll see what we can work in. Thank you for watching.